Welcome to another edition of The Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie. It's everything about the outdoors. Take it away, guys.
Good morning. Good Tuesday morning here on the Good Outdoor Radio Show here in Valdosta, Georgia at Black Crow Studios. How you doing, Steve?
Doing good. I
want to start off today saying thank you very much.
I knew you'd be liking that.
I put my own picture up there yesterday, and by God, you went and put another one behind my back.
Oh, yeah, just letting you know what was going on there. Actually, I had forgotten about it until I saw you posted one of yourself, and I said,
Yeah, well, Michelle come home. She said that you told her after this was already all posted. Well, Steve told me not to tell you what he was doing. So thanks a lot, Michelle. You know, you got my brother's side over there. Mm-hmm.
Yep, we searched the photo albums, and I got a few more surprises up my sleeve there. But I just couldn't. I really couldn't find nothing that it was, you know. I mean, there wasn't nothing in there with your shirt off.
Of course not.
You know, but there were some there's some interesting ones in there. We'll be posting along when we need to.
I put that one up. I forgot who sent that one to me. I think it might have been an old friend Candace from high school sent me the picture that I put up a couple of years ago, and I forgot that Laura Duke had actually took that picture, and Laura remembered taking the picture so many years ago. So that's good.
Well, I tell you, we definitely had a lot more hair back then.
I had a lot more.
I know, man. Hair. I couldn't believe I was looking through that photo album at Mom's, and you had some hair. Mm-hmm. You had a lot of hair.
Oh, where the hell it went now, I don't know.
I know. As you can see, I got mine lowered yesterday.
Yeah, I see.
Buzzed on down, getting ready for. So I was riding around sweating, man. It was hot.
It was hot.
And I said, well, I'm fit to do something about this hair. On the way back through Hey Hair, I let Mr. Jimmy buzz it down. So,
and Wanda Stone chimed in and said, hey, at least I wasn't wearing shorts. That's right, Wanda. I didn't do the shorts.
Wanda, he couldn't pull that look off. That's the reason.
But you know what? We can start a war here now because I don't know if you know this. I've got several picture albums for Moms at the house.
Well, I know, but see, I'm pretty. I looked through all of them.
Not the ones I've got.
Well, I understand that, but I'll go out on a limb here. I think the worst, as far as my pictures go, I think the worst has already happened. I don't think it can get any worse than already posted. However, you don't think that's the worst one of you that I put up there.
Well, now, I can tell you that I didn't have time to look last night.
Look at this right here.
I didn't get home about 8 o'clock. Let me see that.
I mean,
oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. It can. Now,
that's
probably. I got your little baseball picture there going on.
That one was kind of remind me of the Mad Magazine.
Oh, yeah.
That's back in the, that was probably in the early 80s, late 70s.
It was a long time ago.
God, that was a long time ago.
It wasn't last week. I know that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to have to do some digging. If I get home before 8:30 tonight, I will do some digging.
You know, me and you, since Ronnie didn't show up this morning, we need to call a truce, and we need to get Angie involved and get some incriminating photos of him because we're at a loss.
He actually put a pretty daggum decent picture of him up there.
Well, I know. That ain't right. That ain't no fun. They put a handsome shot up there. You know, everybody wants to see something funny.
You know, and he had some hair too. He ain't got no hair now. He's like us.
Oh, he's way past us. He's lapped us. He got a brim bag going on up there.
Oh man, you know what? There's a lot going on in the world. I was pulling up, looking at some stuff. Colt McCoy's traded to the 49ers.
49ers, backing up Colin Kaepernick. There's a good chance he'll get some playing time too because the way that boy runs, he's gonna get hurt.
Yes, sir. But the Cleveland Browns have traded quarterback Colt McCoy to the San Francisco 49ers. So, you know, I think it's a pretty good move.
Well, Atlanta Braves baseball started yesterday. Started off with a win. They look good too, boy.
I didn't watch none. I didn't get home till late.
They won 7-5. They allowed a couple of runs there, but they dominated. Tim Hudson started out pitching. He pitched fantastic. The bullpen looked good, and our bats, we hit 3 home runs, and Chipper Jones threw out the first pitch. It was a good day at the ballpark yesterday. I'd have loved to have been there.
I saw lots of posts when I was cruising Facebook last night after I got home, and about, number 10's not starting at third base, just don't seem right, and this
it ain't
and that.
Right.
And,
it ain't right.
It's just a tough time. But I also saw Larry Taylor posted on there, Braves win, wake me up in October.
Yep, that's right. Well, there's a chance we can go 162-0 right now.
It sure is. It can happen.
It's possible, but not likely.
Mm-hmm. I found it as something on the internet. I saw this at work yesterday when I briefly had time to look, and it said a state trooper in Florida was fired over offering a Florida lawmaker a break on a speeding ticket. And this thing I read this entire article, and it kind of got me thinking here. He stopped this guy, a representative from Jacksonville, for doing 87 miles an hour in a 70 mile per hour zone.
That ain't bad.
And yeah, Charles McBurney is the Republican there from Jacksonville, and he said after checking with his sergeant, Swindle told McBurney, "I'm cutting you a break," and gave him a $10 citation for lacking proof of insurance rather than a $280 ticket. Well, this McBurney guy, being a representative there, he kind of took offense to that, and he said, "You know what?" He wrote a supervisor on legislative letterhead saying, "I don't like this. I don't think I was going 87 miles an hour to start with." He said, "But showing preferential treatment." Well, now, they've done this big investigation. This happened in like November last year. They did this big investigation on it. And they say, well, he had conduct unbecoming of an officer, and they fired him.
What?
Yeah, they fired him. Well, he's firing back saying, "Hey, I kind of was led to believe we're supposed to give special breaks to lawmakers, to people in the government in the state of Florida." He said, it's kind of a unwritten rule that you do that. So now, they're going back and forth and back and forth. He pulled two people over at the same time. I don't know if he gave both of them a break or what, but it's pretty. It's pretty
that's
involved thing.
Tangled web, man. That's
I've been given breaks before by police.
Yeah.
I thought
maybe
that
not,
was their discretion.
I thought it was too. Maybe not 87 in a 70, but for 83, 82 in a 70, you might get a break. They might bring it down. I've had them drop speeding tickets in my life. I've been driving for God knows how long. But I had them drop speeding tickets to hold certain points off my insurance for me, which is a break.
Heck yeah.
So I just I don't understand this. It's kind of got the best of me.
Well, I got a huge break one time when I was I was actually taking a deer head over to the Albany Civic Center to a deer show to have it scored, and right there at Spence Field in Moultrie, right at this one spot, I was going too fast. I was going 60. I don't know, like 69 and a 55, and the trooper pulled me over, and he got out, and I was being real nice. I said, "I apologize, I'm running late," and he goes, "Well, I'm gonna cut you down." He did what you're saying. He cut me down to like a 64 to save me some points, or whatever. So I took it. I told him thank you, and I went on. Dropped the deer head off. Had to leave it all weekend, and I was coming back through Spence Field and Moultrie on the way back.
And you didn't slow
down.
He
got me. The same state patrolman got me again, going 69. It was whatever the speed was. It was the same thing, 69 and 55. And he come up and he was mad. He was irritated. I said, "Man," I said, "Sir, I don't have an excuse." He goes, "No, sir, you don't, and you're getting slapped for the full thing." So I had 2 tickets in the same day, and I'm telling you, man, that hurt. I hurt like
oh man, that was
the first one should have been the warning.
Yeah, you're right. It was that was not good, and I don't know how it happened. I wasn't meaning to go that fast. I just wasn't paying attention.
Good,
terrible.
Yeah. That's why I love to use my cruise control.
And that was the last speeding ticket I've ever gotten right there. Yeah, that was probably I'd say in 89 maybe. Hadn't had one since.
I love to use my cruise control for that reason.
Yeah, you're right. That'll keep you out of trouble, that cruise will.
I'll set mine about 5 above, and here I go. That's how I roll anyway.
That Texas district attorney was shot down in his home.
Ooh, what, man?
Yesterday, I guess. And yeah, that's bad, and just a few months back, the assistant. Sunday was. Yeah. The assistant DA in the same county, he was shot months back. So they're thinking it's a hit, of course.
Yeah,
and
they're saying it definitely is.
Yeah, that's not good. That is not good at all. And the gun ban, man, it's rearing its ugly head in a bad form now. The UN, which we're members of, the United States, the UN, they are overwhelmingly in favor of a gun ban, and whether the United States votes for it or against it is irrelevant at this point. If it's brought to a vote, we will, in fact, 100% lose. And I don't know how that's going to affect. We're going to have to do some serious research on that, and I'm sure some callers out there can shed some light into that.
Now what? Say that again. I didn't quite catch all that.
The United Nations, which is a worldwide organization, I there's been a lot of people wanting us to get out of the UN, and I definitely want to get out of it now that I've heard this. And I've caught bits and pieces, but they are actually putting up for a vote, that they want to ban citizens from owning guns.
Really?
And it's going to pass. There's no doubt about it. The question is how would they enforce it in a country who was not for it, like the United States? But here's the thing: I don't know, and I will be boning up on it as I'm sure Daryl will. Here's the parts of it I don't understand, and if you know or got a comment on it, 229-253-0995. Who casts our vote?
Yeah,
that's what
right.
Is it going to be the Secretary of State, which is John Kerry? Let's just say he votes for it, okay, and then they say, okay, well, we're banning the guns or whatever. How are they going to enforce it? Is one question. It sounds to me like it's not something that could really even happen, but at the same time, it's disturbing that a vote could possibly be cast to affect our Second Amendment rights by a world organization. That's total BS right there.
It is. Well, I've been doing a little research on it while you're talking about it, and I didn't find that particular one. I found a different one, on imports and exports. But I'm going to do. I am going to, I'm going to look at that one. I'm going to do a lot of research on it.
It's been, they've been talking about it for months, but I don't know where I saw it last night, but that might be what kept me up all night last night. I don't really know, but it's bad. It's not a good thing. It is not a good thing.
Wow, I don't like that. Hey, we'll do a little more research during the break and see if we can come up with something on this, because this is disturbing to me.
Very disturbing. Very.
Yes.
I've upset everybody in here this morning.
Yes, you have. Hey, we'll be right back here in just a few minutes on the Good Outdoors. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Here we go again. Every time there's a food plot to be planted, Daryl's nowhere to be found. You see him, Ronnie?
He's probably in the truck eating a dang sandwich.
I'm sitting right here by this tree and they don't even see me.
Man, that Real Tree AP was designed to blend hunters with their surroundings, not hide them when it's time to work.
I'm so hidden the scooters can't even find me.
Okay, Daryl, come on. We got to get this stuff planted.
What's that? Hey, stop it.
Real Tree. It's so real, a coyote might pee on it.
Serves you right, you slacker.
The grill might be in storage, but that's what campfires are for. And the backyard party is on hiatus, but that's because everyone is tailgating. Only the seasons change, tastes don't, and when you've got Bud Light Lime, you don't need summer to have a good time. It's the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. Look for a Bud Light Lime and find your summer state of mind anytime. It's in the lime. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Lime flavored beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
What in the world is that noise?
Sounds like the transmission's about to come out of my truck.
Transmission? Sounds like Alien versus Predator under there. Let's get it to Ronnie at Eagle Auto Repair.
Ronnie, I got a problem.
Problem? It sounded like Superman fighting the Incredible Hulk.
No, it was worse than that.
Come on, man, this is for real. I ain't got the money to be fixing no big problem.
Chill out, dude. You're at Eagle Auto Repair. You know we'll fix it right and as inexpensive as we can. We only use quality parts, and my guys are some of the best trained technicians in town.
Yeah, but can they stop a fight between Godzilla and King Kong? Because I'm betting that's what they're going to find under there.
Eagle Auto Repair.
321 Lakes Boulevard, Lake Park, Georgia.
Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has been serving South Georgia and North Florida for over 3 decades. With 9 locations in the South, Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a full-line distributor for all welding and industrial supplies. The Jones mission is to provide quality products at a competitive price in order to supply the best service available. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has built a reputation for good, honest, old-fashioned service. For a location near you, visit www.joneswelding.com. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a proud supporter of the Good Outdoors. It's that time of year. People everywhere will be scrambling to find somebody to take care of filing their taxes. Fast Tax and Bookkeeping at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q has a quick turnaround time and the knowledge to prepare your taxes properly, making sure you are getting what's due. With $25 1040 EZ filings, electronic refunds in a flash, military and college student discounts, and fast and friendly service, drop by and see Lisa Griffiths and the gang at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q, or give them a call at 229-253-0181 to schedule an appointment.
So you need a car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Midway Auto Emporium at 4189 Bemis Road, Valdosta, Georgia. Cameron and Melissa Tucker has been serving the Valdosta area for over 7 years now. They are a family-owned and operated local business with hometown values and still believe in handshake deals. With a great selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, with a Carfax report on every one of them, along with bank financing at all credit levels and interest rates as low as 1.85% with approved credit. 4189 Bemis Road, or visit their website at midwayautoemporium.com.
You're listening to The Good Outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun.
Welcome back to The Good Outdoors, broadcasting live every Monday through Friday from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. from the Wiregrass Studios here at 99.5 Kicks Country. We were talking a little bit about the possible UN, gun ban and things like that, and it's wide ranging according to what I'm looking here on the. I'm on a site called the National Association for Gun Rights, Standing Up for Our Freedom, Defending the Second Amendment. And this is a private, website. Basically, it's they fight for our rights. And but anyway, it keeps you informed of all, the pending legislation and worldwide things that are going on concerning your Second Amendment rights. Mm-hmm. You can sign up for email alerts, which I highly recommend. It'll keep you informed of what's going on. We talked about this a little bit the other day. There's so many things going on that even we don't know about that get slid through and that affects us. And it's hard to keep up with everything that's going on. Just, you got your local government. Yep. You got the state of Georgia government, you got the United States government, and now you've got the United Nations trying to pass things to affect your ability to own a weapon. Now, the where they're coming from, Daryl touched on it a little bit. Where they're coming from is probably, and I'm speculating a little bit, is the angle to keep guns from moving from one country to the next. And not necessarily just guns, but they have included small arms, rifles, as well as surface-to-air missiles and bigger caliber guns and all. It's probably designed along those route, along the lines to keep terrorist activity down. But the problem with that is it restricts a law-abiding citizen's right to bear arms if some of these things go through. And what they're trying to do at the core, according to this website, is their theory in layman's terms. If they take your pistol away, then you cannot possibly ever take that pistol to another country and hurt somebody. So that's the elementary theory behind it. Now, my concerns and questions are, who votes on the behalf?
Yeah.
We have votes in the United Nations all the time. They vote to sanction Iran or North Korea or Venezuela. Who casts that vote? I guess the Secretary of State does. I don't know. Maybe I got to bone up on my politics a little more. But if John Kerry can vote unilaterally to ban or in support of that UN gun ban, man, that's bull.
Yes, it is.
If you ask me.
Yes, it's totally bull.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what all is going on with that, and I can't imagine even if a knucklehead voted for it. I mean, how are they going to do it? How are they going to implement it? How are they going to come take our stuff or restrict us in any way? I just don't see it happening.
I don't understand it. But you touched on something also. Things are happening every day. Can you see where Connecticut reaches a deal on tough gun laws after Newtown?
I saw that, but I didn't read any of the particulars of the bill.
I'll give you the gist of it here. I'll read a little bit of it. It said they announced Monday a deal they called some of the toughest gun laws in the country that were proposed after December mass shooting in the state. The proposal includes new registration requirements for existing magazines that carry 10 or more bullets. The package also creates what lawmakers said is the first statewide dangerous weapons offender registry, creates a new ammunition eligibility certificate, imposes immediate universal background checks for all firearm sales, which should have been going on to start with if it wasn't, and extends the state's assault weapons ban to 100 new types of firearms and requires that a weapon have only one of several features in order to be banned. Yeah, the new banned weapons could no longer be bought or sold in Connecticut, and those legally owned already would have to be registered with the state, just like the high-capacity magazines. Now, I want to stop for a minute. If I own 6 30-round clips, okay, you want me to register these. What good is that actually going to do?
Well,
Think about it.
I know what good it'll do. It'll create a record.
So they can
when
come get 'em.
That's right. When they need to start taking up all the arms, they know you got them, and they can come try to get them from
That's,
them.
the only thing. The absolute only thing it can do is create just a record of who's got these type of magazines. Hey, our first step right here is to get them registered. We want to know who's got them. Next year, we're going to come get them.
Yep. Well, here's
exactly.
I found the particulars of this UN. It's called the International Arms Control Treaty. Let me back up. That's not correct. It's disguised, this guy. And you got to understand, this is the interpretation by these people that I described earlier. But anyway, U.S. Senator Rand Paul has started a petition against the UN gun ban, and it says, "Dear fellow American, hours after re-election, Barack Obama made a move for gun control. The very next day, his administration gleefully voted at the UN for a renewed effort to pass the Small Arms Treaty. Disguised as an international arms control treaty to fight against terrorism, like I said earlier, insurgency, and international crime syndicates, the UN's Small Arms Treaty is in fact a massive global gun control scheme. What's worse, the UN set March the 18th through the 28th to pass the final version of the treaty that will be sent to the Senate for ratification. So we need to check to see if it got sent somehow. But it says, if passed by the UN and ratified by the U.S. Senate, the UN Small Arms Treaty would certainly force the United States to do the following. Number one, enact tougher licensing requirements, making law-abiding Americans cut through even more bureaucratic red tape just to own a firearm legally. All right. Number two, confiscate and destroy all unauthorized civilian firearms.
Wow.
All firearms owned by the government are excluded, of course. All right. So that means if they create a list of banned weapons, they'll come get them.
Yep.
All right. Number three, ban the trade, sale, and private ownership of all semi-automatic weapons.
Really?
All of them. That means your Remington 1100. Yep.
Simple as that. Your 22.
Yep.
Your 1022 Ruger, semi-automatic.
Yes, sir. Pistols, all semi-automatic weapons. Number four, this is the worst one, create an international gun registry, setting the stage for full-scale gun confiscation.
Wow.
And Rand Paul says, I'm sure I don't have to tell you that this is not a fight we can afford to lose. I'm helping lead the fight to defeat this radical treaty in the United States Senate, and I want your help. Please join me by taking a public stand against this outright assault on our national sovereignty by signing the official Firearms Sovereignty Survey below. Now, the good news, I have learned that it does have to pass the Senate. That's the good news. So, as it stands right now, there ain't no way in hell it'll pass, as we all know. But if we don't keep conservative minds in there, and listen, people, you can have conservative Democrats and conservative Republicans. So I am a Republican. I happily claim I am. But I'm not telling you that if you're a Democrat, not to vote for your Democrat. Just vote for him if he's conservative, because the bill that they trying to get through the Senate now, it got voted down. It couldn't have gotten voted down without the help of some key Democrats. So it's okay. Just vote for your guy that closely resembles how you view your gun ownership rights. So if he's conservative, vote for him. But it's got to pass the Senate. That's the good news. So let's make sure we keep guys in there that's got a level head and is not going to vote, because if they vote for this, we're screwed. There's no other way to put it.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that is just, man, that's crazy. You even think that they would try to come up with that. I can't.
It is crazy, but I am comforted by the fact that it does at least have to go through our Congress. I was sitting there thinking that John Kerry could cast the vote on behalf of the Obama administration, and if that was the case, it was not going to be good.
In this Connecticut deal, they were talking about the package also creates what lawmakers said is the nation's first statewide dangerous weapon offender registry. creates a new ammunition eligibility certificate. It's in this one person right here. It says, and I'm going to quote, "No gun owner will lose their gun," said House Minority Leader Lawrence Scaffaro Jr., a Norwalk Republican. "No gun owner will lose their magazine." No, not with this bill, but the next one coming up. It also addresses mental health and school security measures, which, some of them are a good thing. And then this one, Connecticut should be seen as an example for lawmakers elsewhere, said Senate President Donald E. Williams, a Brooklyn Democrat. In Connecticut, we've broken the mold. The Democrats and Republicans were able to come together on an agreement, strong, comprehensive bill. Really? It's just the first place. I mean, you're going to register your 30-round clip for one reason and one reason only.
Yeah.
Because that's the first step for them to be able to come get it. Period. You can't say nothing else. There's no other reason to register it. Why in the world would you register a 30-round clip? For what reason? There's no reason whatsoever. There's none.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm glad I stumbled on this website, nationalgunrights.org.
That's a good one.
It'll tell you all the pending legislation that people are trying to get through. For instance, in the United States House of Representatives, some guy, last name Moran, a Democrat, of course, he's on the House Judiciary Committee. It's a bill that he has gotten into the House Committee on the Judiciary, referred to as the Crime, Terrorism, Homeland Security Investigations. It's a Gun Registration and Regulation Act. This anti-gun bill by Virginia Representative Jim Moran would outlaw private firearm sales, impose a de facto gun registration scheme, and make you a criminal if your firearm is lost or stolen if you fail to report it. That's in Congress being voted on now. And
what's the name of that website again?
It's called nationalgunrights.org. Another bill sponsored by I don't know where this cat's from, but he's a Democrat, last name Rush. This anti-gun bill would impose a national permit to purchase requirement just to purchase a firearm, outlaw private firearm sales, and require you lock up your firearm in your own house.
Wow.
So we're going to take a quick break. We're running a little over here. We'll be right back talking about more gun laws on the Good Outdoors.
There's only one place in Valdosta if you want the freshest seafood in town. It's Bubba Jack's Crab Shack at 1700 West Hill Avenue. They got wild Georgia shrimp cooked about any way you could want it. Fried, peel and eat, grilled, or buffalo style. They got a Wednesday night oyster special at $7.99 a dozen, and that ain't no mistake. $7.99 a dozen, Wednesday night only. Bring the kids with you, and if they don't eat seafood, get them some chicken tender baskets or hamburger or hot dog. And do not forget to try the fresh cut, hand-dipped onion rings at Bubba Jack's Crab Shack, 1700 West Hill Avenue, Valdosta. Val Optics on Patterson Street in Valdosta, Georgia has been providing 1-hour service for 25 years. From eyeglass repair to eye exams conducted by one of 2 on-site optometrists, Val Optics is there for all of your eyesight concerns. There is no need for an appointment and most insurances are accepted. Val Optics also accepts outside prescriptions. So if you need eyeglass repair or an eye exam, stop by Val Optics at 601 North Patterson Street, Valdosta, Georgia. 25 years in business says it all. Service. It's a very simple word, but you'd think it's French. At Deep South Sanitation, our service will never be questioned. We are there when we say we'll be there. If there's a couple extra bags by the can, we pick it up. Deep South Sanitation don't care if the lid won't close. All the more reason to dump it. If you're elderly or disabled, the Deep South Sanitation team will get your can, dump it, and put it back. If trash blew out, we don't leave it, we pick it up. Keep the money you pay for sanitation services local by supporting Deep South Sanitation, a locally owned business. Call Carrie Scarborough today at Deep South Sanitation, 229-559-0200.
Moss Trim Shop is Valdosta's oldest automotive upholstery shop. From automotive to marine upholstery to convertible and vinyl top, Moss Trim Shop can cover all your sewing needs. Locally owned and operated by Bobby Brantley, Moss Trim Shop become Valdosta's oldest and best in the upholstery business by being a dependable, service-oriented, and on time with your project. So if you have an automotive or marine upholstery need, stop by Moss Trim Shop at 733 East Hill Avenue or give them a call at 229-242-8544.
you do it, son.
Hey, Ronnie, you know how much people love Austin's Cattle Company?
How much do they love Austin's?
More than Charlie Daniels loves shredding a fiddle.
That's right. Everybody loves Austin's freshly hand-cut steaks. These award-winning steaks are cooked to perfection and served sizzling hot. Austin's Cattle Company was voted best steak, best hamburger, and best sports bar in Valdosta by you. So when you get a hankering for a hot heaping helping of our delicious baby back ribs, shrimp, chicken, prime rib, seafood, or world-famous steaks, head on down to exit 16 off I-75. Austin's. It's an addiction you never have to quit.
Austin, an addiction that you never have to quit.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie.
Welcome back to the Good Outdoors. Guys, you've got to go check out the nationalgunrights.org website, National Association for Gun Rights. All you have to do is go to the Action Center and click on the Federal Bill Watch and scroll down and look at some of these.
Hundreds of them.
It's unreal. It is unreal, some of them that are out there. I mean, it's look. We were talking in the break, and Steve said, no wonder our country is going broke. Mm-hmm. They are spending millions of dollars on these useless bills that people are trying to pass. You would not believe some of them on here. I'm just going to pick one and read it. This bill seeks to ban all sales of ammunition that is not purchased in person from a federal firearms licensed person. It also requires federal firearms license report on any customer who buys more than 1,000 rounds in 5 days to local, state, or federal authorities. I mean, it's just stuff like that. You know, and this Don't Let a Friend Touch Your Gun Act. The bill would lock you up for 20 years if you purchase a firearm and later transfer it to a friend, neighbor, or relative if that person is prohibited from possession under any federal, state, or local laws. Those rules are already there. If you are a felon in the state of Georgia, I know for sure you can't own a firearm. Okay, so why do you want to put on top of that crap, enforce what you have?
No, check the name of this bill out. The name of this bill is called the Anti-Second Amendment Act of 2013.
Oh, God.
It's this draconian and misnamed assault weapons ban would outlaw hundreds of commonly used semi-automatic rifles and pistols and limit magazine capacities to 10 rounds. I mean, just the sheer name of that bill is going to get it struck down. Anti-Second Amendment Act of 2013.
Here's one, a bill name, Concealed Carry Destruction Act. This anti-gun bill uses the full force of the federal government to require your state to impose draconian measures on your permit and right to carry a firearm.
They like that word draconian. Here's another bill named Don't Let a Friend Touch Your Gun Act.
Yeah, that's what I just covered.
Is that the one you just did? That's funny.
Oh, golly.
Crazy stuff here, man.
Y'all got to get on here. Y'all got to check it out.
And there's good ones on here.
There are.
Second Amendment Protection Act of 2013. I don't need to even read what that's about, but.
And one they're monitoring right now is a Recreational Fishing and Hunting Heritage and Opportunities Act. This bill seeks to open up more federal lands to hunting and recreational shooting. NAGR supports reducing or eliminating federal restrictions and regulations on hunting, and they're looking at the language of that bill to see what they're going to oppose it or approve it. You know, so they're monitoring it right now. So there are some good ones.
Yeah, here's a good one. The Veterans Second Amendment Protection Act. This pro-gun bill would put an end to the practice of stripping veterans diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder of their Second Amendment rights. Over 150,000 veterans have already lost their gun rights this way. So if you're diagnosed with PTSD, they can take your gun rights away as it stands right now.
Because it's a mental problem.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, y'all get on there and check it out. I'm telling you, it's coming. You've got to watch what's going on. You've got to. And I want to cover a little bit of outdoor stuff right quick. There's some cougars narrowly escaped. Well, let's take this phone call right quick. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors.
What's going on?
What's happening?
Not much.
Right.
Waiting on you.
I hear you, man. I'll meet you about 6:15, 6:30 this morning.
Oh, y'all putting a sneak attack on. I didn't know nothing about this.
I'm going to try to go kill
You
a
can go
turkey.
if you want to.
I can't. I got to go work, man. Somebody's got to take care of business while y'all go play.
I worked all night.
I hear you.
Yeah, and I worked about 8:15 last night. So.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But, yeah, I'll be there, man. I'm ready. I hope they gobble good this morning. Got some weather moving in tomorrow and the next day, so maybe they'll putting a move on this morning, and we can get on something before I have to go to
Somebody
work.
killed something this morning, I hope.
Yeah, we're gonna kill something, even if it's just time.
Oh, yeah.
All right, man. We appreciate you calling in. We'll see you here in just a little while.
All right.
See you, buddy. There's two cougars narrowly escaped coyotes' wrath, which I thought this was interesting. And two young mountain lions spent a miserable hour trapped on a fence by 5 coyotes last Thursday in Wyoming's National Elk Refuge. There's 2 young juvenile mountain lions, or cougars, also known as cougar, and they sat on top of this fence over some water while these coyotes just kept them at bay. Occasionally, one of them would jump down, the coyotes come here and nip at it and all this, and they'd jump back up. Finally, one of them just kind of walked the fence across the water with the 5 in tow. But, they were safe. They got away.
Man,
they got away.
That's an interesting
And then
story.
you got, talking about gun control, I touch on this quite often about Chicago. Chicago last year alone in 2012 had over 365 murders. I think they hit right at 400 if I'm not mistaken.
That's over one a day.
Over one a day. And what does Chicago have? Gun control. But now March homicides dropped dramatically in Chicago this year. And
why is that?
I'm not sure. Well, the police
Too
chief
cold.
The police chief has taken credit for it.
Yeah.
But it goes through and shows you or tells you the drops and how many of them dropped and what there was. But it says it caught the nation's attention last year. At the same time, they tried to allay safety concerns in the wake of a weekend fight this past weekend where a bunch of women jumped on some more women and had a big brawl. But
cat fight.
Police initiatives have helped reduce the number of homicides from 120 for the first 3 months of 2012 to 70. Yeah, you know what? It's a big drop. But 70 is still a big number.
Yeah.
Open up your gun laws, dude.
Yeah.
Try it. Give it a 1-year trial. Reduce the bans on your handguns and things in Chicago and give it a 1-year trial. Pick some people and just issue, a concealed weapons carry permit and see what happens. Just give it a trial, and it ain't gonna hurt nothing. Really, you kill 400 people a year.
Yeah,
you
may
save
be
30.
on something. You may be on something there. You implement a temporary deal, and then come back and revisit it. And hey, I believe I would stand corrected in a situation like that. And every city's different. What works in Valdosta, Georgia, may not work in Chicago, Illinois. And but I'd like to see the results of that. Start arming citizens. You've disarmed them, so to speak, up there, or restricted them. Hey, loosen up. Let law abiding. Now, I'm not saying open up a store and pass out weapons.
No,
I'm talking about
no.
Some things to make it easier for them to carry stuff. And let's see if it makes a difference. Do it for a year or whatever. See if the statistics go down. I bet you they would.
Get this. In the month that started this 6-month trend, there were 14 homicides, the lowest monthly total since 12 in January of 1957. March's total was 16, less than a third of the 52 homicides committed in March of 2012. I kind of tend to agree with Daryl. It's too damn cold up there right now, probably.
Yeah.
Something's going on.
Yeah, you're not going to get out and kill nobody right now. It's too cold. Wait till it warms up and then pop a cap in them.
Yeah.
Of course, in Idaho, you can still shoot an Indian anytime as long as
right.
you do it from a covered wagon.
Do it from a covered wagon. And then you got, your North Korea stuff. And U.S. deploys warships off South Korea amid soaring tensions on the peninsula. So something's fixing to happen. Either he's going to back on down like we talked about yesterday, or we're going to go over there and just, I don't know what we're going to do, but it ain't going to be fun for him.
I don't see him backing down. He's just too, I don't know. He's something too
I think we've got to give him a way out, in all honesty, just for what you just said. He's not going to back down because he's not going to want to. He's got to have a mechanism to save face. And we've got to provide him that mechanism. The world does to, and that, in all honesty, that's smart. That is smart leadership right there to make your opponent think a certain way to alleviate the situation. But we're not going to do anything that shows weakness. I can guarantee you that.
No, we're not.
But we're going to have to come up with some sort of creative way to let him say, well, if y'all do this, then I'll do this, and start a negotiation to back it down, because he's painted himself into a corner to where his own generals and all that, he don't want to come out with egg on his face. So rather than make a good decision on behalf of his country in order to save face, he'll end up making a bad decision that gets his country devastated. Is what's going to happen. So. Lanier County Sheriff, I saw in the paper yesterday, the Lanier County Sheriff has proposed a takeover of Lakeland law enforcement. So, in other words, they want to take over the city police department and manage it, under the sheriff's watch. So, I don't know what people in Lakeland feel about that, but
yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
It probably would, consolidation sometimes makes things more efficient, sometimes saves money, sometimes it don't. So, you in Lakeland got an opinion on that? 229-253-0995.
And one thing, if you're out target practicing, always make sure what you're shooting at will not shoot back.
That's always a good thing.
And the reason I say that is because there's a man here in Iowa that was target practicing, and he shoots at a tree, and the tree shoots back.
Well, heck, I hate it when an oak tree decides to get all mad about it.
He's an Iowa man expected to survive, but will have one heck of a story to tell after he fired his pistol at a tree, only to have the shot ricochet and impact upon himself. He was transported to a nearby hospital about 4:30 a.m. on Sunday morning. In the ongoing war between man and nature, many more trees have fallen that defeated their human counterparts. There have been notable exceptions. Ah, man.
Does it say what caliber of weapon he was shooting?
No, it never goes into detail.
That's it can happen, but man, that's hard to believe that a bullet bounced off an oak tree and popped him.
Yeah, so, you got to be careful out here.
Might have been some rubber bullets or something bounced.
I don't know what it was, but it was kind of tough. I can't get over that. That's pretty funny.
Yep.
Yeah. Did you see the post I put on there last night? It says, man laying in his bed saying, my only regret, dear, is that I've hunted too much. Said no one ever.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, you can't do too much hunting, I don't think. At least I've never done it.
Mm-hmm.
For all you Facebook followers out there, if you're a new listener, make sure you go to our Facebook page. We got over 7,700 likes, and pretty funny. You never know what'll pop up there. We put pictures of each other up there, pictures of deer, turkey, funny pictures. We put a picture up there one time that got about 80,000 likes and went viral. So check it out. You're listening to The Good Outdoors, broadcasted live here on Kicks Country. We'll be back in just about 3 minutes, so hang in there.
With over 40,000 machines in the field, the pro's choice is Dixie Chopper. Be a pro, buy a chopper. Built right here in America with one simple goal. Build a mower that cuts more grass and doesn't break when you use it. Be a pro, buy a chopper. With Chopper's price, performance, and reliability guarantee, make the smart choice. Be a pro, buy a chopper.
We're running out of time. We're drawing the line. This is our battle cry.
Huntin' is Good TV is an action-packed hunting show with a mission to secure our hunting heritage. Join Steve Nichols, Trey Weatherington, and Neil Armati each week as they hunt across the U.S. and Canada with pro athletes, actors, wounded warriors, kids, and regular old Joes who know hunting is good. Huntin' is Good TV airs on Pursuit Channel and is available on Dish Network Channel 240 and DirecTV Channel 604. For more info, visit huntingisgoodtv.com and follow on Facebook at facebook.com/HIG TV show. You can also use your high-speed internet connection to watch online by logging on to filmon.com at the airtimes posted on our website. And remember, hunting is good.
This is our battle cry.
Justamere Farm is a full boarding, training, and lesson facility conveniently located on Valdale Road in Hayhire. Justamere Farm offers a facility like no other in the area with many amenities to meet all your equine needs, whether it's riding, training, or boarding. If riding is your passion, Justamere has you covered with an indoor arena, a large lighted outdoor arena with an alleyway, a large jump course arena, a round pen for training, trails, and access to dirt roads. Private and shared lessons are available, so give Justamere Farms a call today at 229-460-2331.
So Dawson, is Dad still ill about you calling him out on his shooting ability?
I don't think so, but I have seen him on the range a lot more lately.
Dad always says practice makes perfect.
That's what he says, but I don't think it works for adults.
Why do you say that?
Well, from the look of the scorecard, it's making it worse.
Dawson, bring me some more shotgun shells.
Okay, Dad.
If you need some practice, come by Southwind Clays and Quail on the Quitman Highway just past the river headed towards Quitman. With a top-notch clubhouse, a 5-stand, sporting clays range, as well as a rifle and pistol range, Southwind has what you need to succeed. World-class quail hunting is also available with some of the finest bird dogs around.
Dad sure shoots a lot.
Yeah, if he keeps this up, Mom's gonna be mad.
Why is that?
Because he's spending all Mom's shopping money on shotgun shells.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie.
Welcome back to the Good Outdoors, man. Our phone lines are open, 229-253-0995. Y'all give us a call. Tell us what you're thinking about this morning, or what you up to, or what do you think about what we said about some of the gun laws they're trying to pass, and what's your take on some of it?
Yeah, you just reminded me of something. We were talking about our buddy Zach Phillips, who filmed for us a couple of times for Hunting's Good TV. He owes me a huge favor. I'm going to have to call him in somehow when I figure out how. It may be linked to turkeys, but I actually hooked him up with Realtree that got him the job with Womack, who has now got him affiliated with Jeff Foxworthy. And he has been, I think he went about, 6 or 7 days in a row?
6 days in a row, 6 turkeys in a row, I believe what it was.
And he's also on the iScope commercial now. I saw that the other day. So Zach's hit the big time, and he don't need to be forgetting where he came from. And he needs to get me and you over on Foxworthy Farms deer or turkey hunt.
I hear you.
I think we could call it even, don't you?
I believe we could. I don't know if we started a trend yesterday with just posting young pictures, but have you seen some of them? Some of my friends what have been posting on there. Walt Bazemore posted one. He said, best mullet in the sky in 1990, and boy, that was a big difference. Yeah. There's been a lot of them. I've seen them. I was going through Facebook this morning, several people has been posting old, back in the day pictures of themselves or somebody else. And,
well, my first question is, why in the world would you want to do that?
Well, you can't be ashamed of how you used to look.
Oh, I ain't ashamed of it, but I ain't proud of it either. Well, I got to ask you a question. I've been trying to figure that out. I think I know that picture I posted with you in all your radiant glory. That hair still kills me, by the way.
That's a lot of hair.
Whose deer is that?
You don't know.
I don't remember. I can't. It's driving me absolutely nuts.
I remember exactly whose it was. I was there. I remember the whole story.
Was it Jack Ziegler?
Jack Ziegler.
Okay, that's the one Daddy shot, and then he shot and finished it off. I got
exactly. That deer they was hunting in Willacoochee over there. That deer crossed the road. Daddy shot it with that 243. And had to do a quick shot and shot a little bit high. That deer would have never died. Daddy's bullet went straight through it, didn't touch anything vital, shot it high, went through just the meaty part of it, did not hurt the deer. The deer would not even hardly have bled. And he motioned for Jack to run down the road. Jack, got down the road and ran in the corner and sat there and waited, and here he come and dropped him. That's a nice buck, especially, back in the day then.
Well, for where it was at, too.
Yeah. Nice deer. Jack Ziegler, Hayhire, Georgia.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I tell you, I was looking over here at your other picture that.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. Where was that at?
What's up with your lips?
I had my tongue stuck out for some reason. I don't know.
Looks a little weird. You sure were thin and looking good. Though.
Wasn't I skinny back then?
You sure were.
Where was that picture taken at? You reckon?
Lowndes High School.
That's right, Lowndes High School.
Lowndes High School. I see that. We get. It's fun to look at who likes these pictures and the comments and all, but you see up there, Ashley Coombs, we went to school with, Mark Bargeron and people like that. I figured old Mark's usually good for a comment, a little backup on me, but he liked the photos, but he didn't have much to say about it.
I'd like to find one of Mark to put up there too. Back in
I guarantee I got one.
Days.
I got to go through. I could put some good ones of Vincent Brunson and Dirk Harrell and Chuck Cooper and Wayne Bradford, Mike Lansdale. I could get us all on there and linked up with a good friend through Facebook of mine, Kirk Robinson, that I played baseball with. I hadn't seen him since we graduated Lowndes, and it was nice to hook up with him. And Facebook's a good thing. It can be a great tool, man. Yeah, it can be a bad thing if you don't, if you don't do the right thing with it.
That's
if you're a kid out there listening, just always do the right thing. But man, if you want to stay in contact with your friends and long lost relatives and loved ones, sometimes it drives Mom crazy if I make a comment about our kin folks over in Pelham and all that. I say, what's going on with so-and-so? She don't know what we're talking about because she's not on Facebook.
Yep.
She needs to get on Facebook.
Yep. We're talking a little bit about old pictures. My neighbors across the street, Roger and Julie Horton, great people, love them to death. And they have these beautiful triplets. I think they're about, they're Morgan's age, probably about 11 years old. Beautiful triplets, 2 boys and a girl. And Morgan's friends with them. She goes over and plays with them some. But these 2 boys, they just have the curliest hair I've ever seen. And it's just awesome watching them out in the yard playing and interacting outside. And they were out there this weekend just playing in the yard and running around, riding little scooters. But I've often wondered, I look at Roger and his hair's like ours. And I look at Julie and her hair's fairly straight. And I said, where in the world did these boys get this curly hair? So I don't know if Julie saw this or not, but she's put one up on. For those of you wondering where the Horton children get their curls, this may give you a hint. And it's got Julie at age 3.5. And her hair looks just like them little boys. I swore it was one of them little boys. It's funny as it can be, though. Old pictures like that, man. It's cute as it can be. Love it.
The fruit does not fall far
It
from the
sure
tree,
doesn't,
as the
man.
old saying goes.
It sure doesn't, but that was pretty doggone cool.
You know, one thing I forgot to mention the other day, being the sportsman I am, I'm kind of ashamed of myself. The University of Georgia Bulldogs upset Stanford in the women's NCAA tournament, and they trucking right along there. So we wish the Lady Bulldogs luck. That's the farthest they've been in the tournament in quite some time, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So we pulling for the Dogs. And Baylor, of course, Baylor got upset, so that's opening the door up for UConn to walk through another national championship like they need another one.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway.
And Chad Everett chimed in. He put up there his phone sat in a bag of rice for 2 days after dumping it into the water when he turned his four-wheeler over. It was in the cup holder. Put it in a bag of rice for 2 days, dried it out, said it's good to go like it's never been damaged.
Really?
I've heard that trick several times.
Yes, very good trick.
Well,
the key is getting the battery away from everything. Get the electricity out of it.
Well, it'll work for everybody but me. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah,
I hope I don't find out.
It would never work for me.
My iPhone shut down. I told Daryl this Friday. Just randomly shut down. Couldn't get it to come back on. Was frantically because everything. I don't know. I don't know nobody's phone number by heart. I know them. I just when I want to call Daryl, I just punch in Daryl. Anybody. I don't even know my wife's phone number. So if that phone goes down, it's going to be a bad thing. But it shut down. Couldn't figure it out. And we were calling, and they said, "Well, you can't renew it. It's going to be $400. You don't have insurance." Blah blah blah. I was in a state of panic, and my 13 or 14-year-old daughter now, as of today. Matter of fact, happy birthday, Gavin. Today is her birthday. She's 14 years old today. So. But she grabbed my phone and she said, "I can fix that." And she took my charger, plugged it into the laptop somehow, and in about 10 seconds it was back on. I don't know what she did. Don't care neither.
Yeah, 14-year-old can do more on a phone than we ever thought.
They had a lot of time on their hands, and they got that thing in their hand all the time. They're always playing with it.
Well, not just that, but they got all kind of contacts at school. Their friends go through.
They got a network, don't they?
Sure do.
They got a network.
Demery chimed in. Good morning, Demery. Hey, man, where did you get that picture of that big old turkey truck? Is that somewhere we need to go look at them? If it is, just give me a call. We got some time off.
I tell you what, Trey was telling me yesterday that I asked him, I said, "Would you get back from Country Coast hunting? Have you chased turkeys at your house?" He goes, "Yeah." He said, "A little bit," but he's mad because Treb wouldn't, I don't know what the deal was, but he wouldn't go. Trey looked back there in the field, and there were 2 strutters.
Treb wouldn't go?
2 strutters there right by themselves with no hens.
Oh, man.
And he couldn't get Treb to go. I said, "Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'd teach that boy a lesson real quick. Went out there and shot one of them." And because he has this battle going on, that's not ever, they're either across the creek or they're on his side. And when he catches them on his side, he's got to go after them because they'll fly down on the other side at the plant farm, and they'll be over there for days, So it's a tough thing for him. We got a call coming in over there.
Mm-hmm. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors.
How you doing this morning, fellas?
We're good.
We're doing good. How you doing?
Still working at the moment. I was just calling to let y'all know, man. I had a buddy of mine got a turkey yesterday.
Awesome.
Had an 11-inch beard and about 42 pounds.
42
pounds.
Come on now.
42 pounds.
Tell the truth.
That's got to be a farm-raised turkey, not 42 pounds. That's a new world record.
It's out there. They feed them all the time. It's out in Wilcox County.
They feeding them Twinkies?
Hey, they must be feeding them donuts and everything.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That's a new state record weight.
Yeah, they got him strutting.
Yeah, he's on steroids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, they got some hot speed out there, I think.
Yeah, they got it.
You got to have something. That's a new state record, man. That's unreal. 42 pounds.
Yeah, he got him yesterday. He got some pictures of me. I take and send to y'all guys. I get them off his phone and get them downloaded and everything, and I'll take and send them to y'all.
Appreciate send it on, man. Appreciate that. Tell him we need to go with him.
hey, it's out there off of Highway 90 in Wilcox County, man. Come on.
Let's go.
I hear you, man.
Anytime y'all get ready, man.
All right,
Hey,
buddy.
Appreciate you giving us a holler this morning and letting us know that. Send us some pictures, buddy.
All right, man.
All right, see you, bud. The bald eagle population is on the rise in the state of Georgia. You know, I've seen a few here and there, but according to preliminary results, the Georgia Department of Natural Resources aerial surveys in January and March documented 166 occupied nesting territories, 124 successful nests, and 185 young fledged. So that's pretty good. The bald eagles are on the rise. You're finally getting to see them here and there once in a while, you know, and there's some down around the Lake Park area. So that's a good thing. The total of top last year's 163 nesting territories, 121 successful nests, and 199 fledglings. 2011 was even lower than that. So they are on the rise, man. That's awesome. I love that. Love to see them.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Eric Blades, you sent me it come on my phone briefly and then I lost it. I don't know what happened. It disappeared, but all I caught was Boo, Georgia. There ain't gonna be none of that on this radio station, brother.
Boo, Georgia.
Oh, he's an Auburn fan. He's in his left brain or something over there. I don't know. He's always been a little bit off. I don't know. I love you to death, but I ain't never figured you out with that Auburn Tiger stuff. It just don't even add up.
Does
you and Wayne Bradford, it just don't add up. So,
really, Auburn?
Auburn, yeah, really. Really. Only thing good about Auburn was Bo Jackson. I will give him that.
Oh, man. Everybody's got to like somebody, but I sure wasn't big Auburn.
I'm saying, didn't Bo know something?
Bo said he knew something.
Bo knows everything.
Bo knows. You're exactly right. And we're in Ronnie list this morning, so we're going to have the Rusty Nut weather report coming up here in about the bottom of the hour, about 5:30ish, or the absent nut. It'll be the absent nut weather report.
Be the absent nut. I don't know what's going on with him. We need to squirt some WD-40 on him or some PB Blaster or something, get him loosened up.
Something's not going quite right for
him. I mean,
him.
if Eric Blaze can get up this time of day and listen to the radio station, I guarantee you Ronnie ought to be up.
Yeah, well, we'll give him a break today. Hey, we got to take a break. We'll be right back here on the Good Outdoors.
Attention Outdoor Nation. Adel Outfitters, located at exit 39 on I-75 in Adel, Georgia, has over 18,000 square feet of outdoor unbelievability just waiting on you. Specializing in a wide range of outdoor supplies for everyone, including hunting, fishing, shooting, kayaking, camping, Little League, clothing, knives, boots, you name it, Adel Outfitters has it. They also have that personal one-on-one attention that you just might not be getting from some of the big boxes, and Adel Outfitters has a whole lot less overhead, so you'll be surprised at the deals. So come see us now at Adel Outfitters, exit 39, Adel, Georgia. Woo-wee! Sweet Tea Smokehouse on South Hutchinson Avenue, Adel is the bomb. You ain't had good old South Georgia barbecue if you ain't been to Sweet Tea Smokehouse. Ribs, chicken, pork, beef, good grief, this is some fine eating. And it ain't called Sweet Teas for nothing. Ice cold sweet tea and good old barbecue plate with all the trimmings is what living in the South is all about. Head up Highway 41 north towards Adel. Swing into Sweet Tea Smokehouse for lunch or dinner. Great southern barbecue like it's supposed to be. And don't forget some of that fine Brunswick stew. Woo-wee!
Hi, I'm Barry Broom with Allstate Insurance Company. I'm a big fan of the great outdoors. There are many recreational activities that allow us to enjoy God's creation. There's boating, camping, hunting, hiking, fishing. Think about all the gear, equipment, and vehicles that we have that make those times outdoors so memorable. When it comes to protecting and insuring your firearm, your boat, RV, camper, four-wheeler, even your golf cart, think of me, Barry Broom, your Allstate agent. Call me at 229-244-9856 or visit me online at barrybroom.com. Go make a memory. Enjoy your great outdoors.
The grill might be in storage, but that's what campfires are for. And the backyard party is on hiatus, but that's because everyone is tailgating. Only the seasons change, tastes don't. And when you've got Bud Light Lime, you don't need summer to have a good time. It's the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. Look for a Bud Light Lime and find your summer state of mind anytime. It's in the lime. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Lime flavored beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Brigman and Brigman Cabinets in Hayhira, Georgia specializes in custom-built cabinets. You can come in and sit down with our staff and start from scratch to develop the perfect cabinet layout, or bring in your plans and start there. From design to installation, Brigman and Brigman can help you every step of the way. Estimates are always free, and your satisfaction is our goal. Whether it's a remodel, a spec house, or your custom-built dream home, give Brigman and Brigman Cabinets in Hayhira a call at 229-794-2108 to set up an appointment. Crystal River Seafood on St. Augustine Road in Valdosta is a fine seafood dining experience. Folks from miles around come in to enjoy the fine seafood and friendly atmosphere Crystal River has to offer. Their friendly staff makes your dining experience one to remember, as well as one to repeat. Fish like grouper, salmon, mahi, catfish are always great choices, along with shrimp, oysters, crab cakes, and crab legs. Hey, you not in the mood for seafood? Order a juicy ribeye steak. Crystal River Seafood is open for lunch and dinner. Crystal River Seafood, 958 St. Augustine Road, Valdosta, Georgia.
WKAA, Willacoochee, Valdosta. Another hour of Valdosta's best country music kicks off now. 99.5
Kicks Country.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie.
Good morning. Welcome back to the Good Outdoors here in Valdosta, Georgia. Man, rattlesnakes are out. I didn't see any this past weekend, but you're starting to see them all over Facebook. Pecker Wrecker Turkey Calls posted one where somebody had there sent them a picture of a rattlesnake that's out, timber rattler. They're out everywhere. You guys be careful out there hunting. You never know when you're going to step on a snake.
I knew something was going on because I tell you what I saw yesterday. I was out and about. Matter of fact, I counted 4 turtles. Yeah, crossing Highway 41 between Hayhira and Smoking Pig.
4
and then
turtles, that would be nice.
Yeah, and then when I was going out there to pick the kids up at Mom's yesterday, there was one crossing the road, and I stopped and picked him up, and I put him in the back of the truck, and I was going let the kids see him and all, and I forgot that I put him back there, and we got back to our house, and
smelling good back there, wasn't it?
Oh no! It was just he was only in there for 20 or 30 minutes, but he was crawling around the back of the truck making a ruckus. It was a little slider or painter turtle, whatever you call them, and Charlie and Emmy were out there playing. I was in there trying to get some dinner going, and boy, they come running in there and said, "Something's in the truck. We're scared," and they heard it, and I said, "Ain't nothing in that truck," and it dawned on me what it was, so I said, "Well, look up there and see what it is." And Charlie snuck up there and looked, poked his head over in that thing. I don't know if you've ever messed with them turtles, but you can tap them on the back and they'll jump. They'll jump up in the air, them little slider turtles. And anyway, he was jumping around back there, and they had a good time chasing him around the yard while I was in there cooking some spaghetti.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Which is very good, by the way.
The spaghetti was?
Yeah. I can get some spaghetti going.
Hey, don't forget about Justamere Farms. They're having a camp this week with all the kids being out, for a spring break. And it's a great activity. Go up there, care to Justamere Farms. They say the camp is off to a terrific start. It's only $50 per day.
That's
Bring
exactly
your kids
right.
up there
That's
and
exactly
go up there,
right.
man.
Yep.
And just go see them and check them out.
Just dump them off. Yeah. Amanda take care of them all day long for you.
Yes, sir. But they got it going on up there.
Yeah, it's 34. I just saw on the monitor there, Daryl pointed out the gun control deal reached, and that's in Connecticut, I guess.
Yeah, that's Connecticut.
Yeah. But yeah, she's got about 30 acres out there. So you can't see her from the road, so you can't appreciate it. But when you see the sign there on Valdale Road headed towards 122, turn off in there, man, you'll be amazed. She's got a huge facility out there. She boards horses out there, so if you live in the city and your children or you like horses and you don't have nowhere to keep it, you can they'll take care of the horse out there for you. They'll feed it, water it, and house it and take care of it, and you go out there and ride it when you want to. So, but go check that out. I was pleasantly surprised and proud that we got something like that out here in our community. Great outdoor activity.
A lot of things you don't know about, that goes on in our community like that. Lots of great places like that. You got to get out there and check them out.
Yep.
Sure do. I talked to some people yesterday. I was perplexed about my turkey hunting ordeal this past weekend. And I know the place is just absolutely loaded with birds. And I just had a bad weekend out there hunting, and I was perplexed. I didn't know what was going on, and I was confused. So I talked to several people yesterday that assured me that I'm doing nothing wrong, that more than likely the birds are just henned up. When you're hunting a high population of birds, sometimes it'll be like that, and they don't want to talk because they don't want any competition. And I talked to another guy actually that's hunted. He went 2 weeks before the season and a week before the season and had birds gobbling everywhere. But the first 2 weeks of the season, he has yet to hear a bird gobble along, the two places he hunts down on the south end of the county, in the Clyteville area. So I feel better.
I wonder if the with deer you got the buck to doe ratio. I wonder how much research has been done on the gobbler to hen ratio.
Me too.
And because I guarantee you that there's or at least it seems to be way more hens than there are gobblers. And then where we were at this past weekend, it seemed to be the opposite. We didn't see. I mean, all we saw were bearded turkeys except for one hen. And we saw, there were probably a dozen that were gobbling. There were 6 or 7 gobbling within 100 yards of us. And
that's pretty good.
Yeah, the buck to doe ratio there for turkeys was really good, I would think. But I don't know. I think it's regional. I hear different stories, but just a very small sampling. It does sound to me like over in southwest Lowndes County and Brooks County, the report is silence. Yep. And also the ones that are getting killed seem to be getting killed afternoon.
Yeah.
And then
definitely last week was afternoon.
Yeah, but then again in Cook County and in Nashville, I'm getting reports that they're gobbling their fool heads off. And so I just think it just happens to be if you're in there at the right time and in the right place, they're going to gobble, and if you're not, they're not. I think you just got to go.
That's true, and that's why I'm going back out this morning. Not going to the same place, going to a different place. Me and Ryan's going to go, and before I head into work this morning, and see if we can strike one gobbling here on the roost. And I'm anxious to hear one gobble because I haven't heard a lot of activity. Because opening weekend was a bust for me. Saturday, we had some birds, a few here gobbling here and there later in the morning once we got on them. But it's right there when the lightning started, so we had to get out of there. And then Sunday I didn't go. Then I didn't hear anything else until Wednesday of last week in Eccles County. I heard of Jake, so it's getting interesting for me. Hey, let's take this call. Good morning, caller. You on the Good Outdoors? Hello. Hello. Okay.
Somebody must have butt dialed us.
They may have. At least they're thinking about us some way.
Yeah. Well, caller, if you're listening, call us back 229-253-0995. On the Good Outdoors. We had a little equipment failure there, so we'll be listening out for your call. Yeah, these turkeys, man, it's tough hunting when you don't hear them. That's it makes it hard, man. It almost turns into deer hunting almost.
I've been so many times when you don't hear them on the roost, but you'll hear them later in the morning or after they hit the ground. Let me tell you, Saturday, we were there from before daylight, and we walked the entire place Saturday. We were out there till noontime. I mean, literally busting our butts, listening for a bird, trying to strike a bird. I threw everything in the book at him, everything I knew to do, and could not get one to gobble. Yet we walked up on 2 gobblers and a hen. I had just called 100 yards before that. We walked around a curve in a dirt and a 2-path, and there they were. They'd already saw and heard us and took off with a hen. But they never once gobbled all morning. So I was disgusted. It became personal. Let me put it that way. It is personal now with me and them turkeys in Brooks County.
What I don't like is when they're gobbling, when they're on the roost, and then when they fly down, they don't never say another word. That happened over here when we were hunting this weekend. They were gobbling. I mean, just gobbling. I mean, an owl when we dropped Tim and Clay off, we spun the bad boy tire and one gobbled. But when they flew off that roost and hit the ground, nothing. I mean, that was it.
Well, I can attribute that to being henned up a lot of times.
Sometimes,
sometimes that's the case, and sometimes they just don't want to talk. But just to hear them gobble, that's my point. This place over there is loaded. It's absolutely loaded with turkeys, and they would not talk. Went over there 2 weeks before the season started, and had 8 gobblers in front of us, and probably 20 hens. I know the birds are there. There's no doubt. Opening weekend, We went across the dirt road to a different part that hadn't been yet and ran into 4 gobblers, one of the hugest birds I've ever seen, the biggest bird I've ever seen.
Hugest.
He was just absolutely enormous.
Gigamous.
He looked like he was 6 foot tall.
Oh, yeah. But he probably weighed 42 pounds.
He probably did. He was big. He was big.
Like a Volkswagen.
But
I know what the problem is.
Since. What?
The turkeys have been going to school lately, and they've actually got a calendar, and they know when the hunting season started, they all disappear.
They probably do. They know I'm in the woods, and they don't want to talk. What it is, they want to I'm frustrated. So I've got to go. You know, I'm actually going to go with Ryan and call some this morning, and I'm going to carry the gun just in case we have one come in the way he can't shoot, or either on 2 come in or something. But I got to break the ice, man.
Yeah,
gotta happen.
That having a gun with you, we hunted Saturday morning. That one flew off the roost right down into us. Mm-hmm. We didn't have a hen decoy out, which is unfortunate. But if I'd have had a gun with me, I could have shot it easily. Mm-hmm. But I couldn't have filmed it, so that I would have ended up letting it go either way. But he was about 15 yards from me at one time, and he was a good one. He had probably 8 or 9 inch beard, I guess. But that would have been great for Fred to get that one. But he did seal the deal anyway. Got him a nice one. So.
There's a lot of April Fool's Day pranks yesterday.
Oh, my wife got me.
Did she?
Oh God, yeah. She got Gavin, our daughter. She really got her. She called her up, and my wife can fake cry with the best of them. So she calls Gavin up and tells her, "Oh my gosh, Gavin, I don't know what to do." And she told her she was pregnant. And anyway, she carried that on for about 10 minutes and let the cat out of the bag that she was kidding. And this is low of my wife to do this. She has a heart valve, and so she's always not having issues with it, but it's always in the back of your mind that there's something wrong. And she started texting me that she don't feel good, and then she kept that up, and I kept saying, "Well, what's wrong?" And I'm out in Valdosta, got a million things on my mind, trying to make a living. And then I get this text, and she said, "I don't know what's wrong. I just passed out."
Oh boy!
And I started calling her, and of course she's a nurse, and up there she can't answer the phone. Finally, she texted me back, "April Fools," and man, I was so ticked off. I was so ticked off.
Oh,
Did you try the search by smell yesterday?
Did I what now?
Try the search by smell that Google did.
Google did.
Search by smell. I don't know what you're talking about, brother. I'm lost.
Google yesterday did their search where you just search by smell.
Really?
Yeah.
So you got to sniff your screen? Is that
April Fools?
Yeah. Yeah, Google's in hot water because they didn't have a reference to Easter on the search on their page the other day, so everybody's using something besides Google, which I don't never use them anyway.
I don't either. Hey, we'll take another break. We'll be right back here on the Good Outdoors.
Service. It's a very simple word, but you'd think it's French. At Deep South Sanitation, our service will never be questioned. We are there when we say we'll be there. If there's a couple extra bags by the can, we pick it up. Deep South Sanitation don't care if the lid won't close. All the more reason to dump it. If you're elderly or disabled, the Deep South Sanitation team will get your can, dump it, and put it back. If trash blew out, we don't leave it, we pick it up. Keep the money you pay for sanitation services local by supporting Deep South Sanitation, a locally owned business. Call Carrie Scarborough today at Deep South Sanitation, 229-559-0200. It's that time of year. People everywhere will be scrambling to find somebody to take care of filing their taxes. Fast Tax and Bookkeeping at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q has a quick turnaround time and the knowledge to prepare your taxes properly, making sure you are getting what's due. With $25 1040 EZ filings, electronic refunds in a flash, military and college student discounts, and fast and friendly service, drop by and see Lisa Griffiths and the gang at 1407 West Hill Avenue, Suite Q, or give them a call at 229-253-0181 to schedule an appointment.
SWAT Graphics, located at 300 South Toombs Street, is the area's #1 graphic design service company. Specializing in graphic banners, stickers, signs, and design, SWAT Graphics can help from concept to completion. If you have a design idea for a company logo, SWAT Graphics can bring it to reality. Maybe you have a logo and just need it placed on a sign, sticker, or banner. Whatever the case, stop by SWAT Graphics at 300 South Toombs Street, Valdosta, or give them a call at 241-9185. SWAT Graphics, proud sponsor of the Good Outdoors.
Moss Trim Shop is Valdos's oldest automotive upholstery shop. From automotive to marine upholstery to convertible and vinyl top. Moss Trim Shop can cover all your sewing needs. Locally owned and operated by Bobby Brantley, Moss Trim Shop become Valdos's oldest and best in the upholstery business by being a dependable, service-oriented, and on time with your project. So if you have an automotive or marine upholstery need, stop by Moss Trim Shop at 733 East Hill Avenue or give them a call at 229-242-8544.
There's only one place in Valdosta if you want the freshest seafood in town. It's Bubba Jack's Crab Shack at 1700 West Hill Avenue. They got wild Georgia shrimp cooked about any way you could want it. Fried, peel and eat, grilled, or buffalo style. They got a Wednesday night oyster special at $7.99 a dozen, and that ain't no mistake. $7.99 a dozen, Wednesday night only. Bring the kids with you, and if they don't eat seafood, get them some chicken tender baskets or hamburger hot dog. And do not forget to try the fresh cut, hand-dipped onion rings at Bubba Jack's Crab Shack, 1700 West Hill Avenue, Valdosta.
Justamere Farm is a full boarding, training, and lesson facility conveniently located on Valdale Road in Hayhire. Justamere Farm offers a facility like no other in the area with many amenities to meet all your equine needs, whether it's riding, training, or boarding. If riding is your passion, Justamere has you covered with an indoor arena, a large lighted outdoor arena with an alleyway, a large jump course arena, a round pen for training, trails, and access to dirt roads. Private and shared lessons are available, so give Justamere Farms a call today at 229-460-2331.
You're listening to The Good Outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun.
Welcome back to The Good Outdoors, man. We got a lot going on this morning. Talked about a lot of gun bills here on the Federal Gun Bill Watch on nationalgunrights.org. You've got to get on there and look
that's
at
a very
some of
good
these.
site. Very good site.
I'm glad you found that. This is an awesome site. Lots of bills out there trying to be passed. It just lets you know the number of bills up here and the wording of some of these bills. It lets you know that they're doing anything and everything possible in their power to get some kind of bill passed. Sneak something through or whatever it takes. Hey, we got a call. Let's take it this morning. Good morning, caller. You're on The Good Outdoors.
Hey, I was listening yesterday, and y'all was talking about Jim Carrey.
Yep.
I guess I missed out on what he might have done. Fill me in on it.
He made a parody video of Charlton Heston making fun of him. You know how Charlton Heston gave the famous NRA speech where he said that, you can have my gun when you pry it from my cold, dead hands.
Right.
Well, Jim Carrey made a video, spent money to make a parody video where he makes fun and mocks Charlton Heston and the NRA and says that it's basically stupid for anyone not to want gun control and that guns are evil and that people shouldn't have them, basically.
All right. Well, I know I can feel the same way y'all do about it now.
That's
exactly.
Right. Scratch him right off the list, right?
It's called
the
Cold Dead Hand Funny or Die music video from Jim Carrey, and I haven't even gave it the honor of watching it, if you can call it an honor, because I'm done with him. I will never watch another movie, period, that he has.
I hear you. Yeah, we need people to stick up for the gun control.
Absolutely.
For we need our guns,
Well, we got to do more than talk about it. We got to stand up, and that's one way you can stand up is not support Jim Carrey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or anybody else that's against it,
Amen.
Well, I appreciate what y'all doing, man.
Well, we appreciate you calling. Appreciate you listening.
Yeah, I got a turkey story if y'all want to hear.
Yeah,
yes, sir. We want to hear it.
I was sticking my decoys out Saturday morning, and I hear a crazy noise come across the field, and I look up, and there's a dang dog about to attack me.
Really?
But I spin around and tell my buddy, I said, "Get the gun! Here comes a dog!" And by that time, when the dog heard my voice, he stopped and turned around, and of course they barked all morning, and neither one of us heard a turkey all morning long. So, but it was a crazy little situation there for about a minute.
Startling.
Oh yeah.
You reckon he was he saw the turkey? I guess he didn't see you or something. He was just coming to get him a turkey, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, it was a full moon, and I think he could see me. He just didn't know what was going on. But I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
All right, bye.
Yeah, that's there's we had a fox. I don't know if I told you, we had a fox come in on us Saturday morning, and I think in retrospect, I think that's why that one turkey didn't come all the way in, is that fox was in the area. But it was a gray fox, pretty. Couldn't get it on film. They always come in the wrong spot. Saudi Arabia, they handle their business over there when it comes to crime, and there basically is none, because when there is some, they take care of it swiftly and justly. But a Saudi, I say swiftly, I mean it's taken them some time to come to this conclusion. But a Saudi man who stabbed his best friend, causing his paralysis, has reportedly been sentenced to being fully paralyzed himself. So unless he can come up with $266,000 to pay the victim, and they ain't going to come up with the money, so he's going to be paralyzed. We got a call coming in. Good morning, caller. You're on there on the Good Outdoors. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing this morning?
We're doing good.
I was just calling in about basically, our freedoms and giving them up. One of our forefathers long ago once said, giving up a little freedom for safety means you have no freedom at all.
Exactly. Yep. That's exactly.
And, I can't remember which one it was, like Thomas Jefferson or one of our early forefathers.
I think it was Thomas Jefferson. I read the same quote here recently, and I believe it was old TJ.
I mean, that was a good wise thing to say.
Yep, it sure is.
Yeah,
it really was.
Y'all were talking about turkeys. They're not making any noise, but they sure are standing tall in my front yard out here in Eccles County.
Well, what's your address, sir? We'll come out there and take a peek at them.
They can be some real pests, man. You need to get rid of them. Trust me. And we're an exterminating service here in the Good Outdoors.
They scatter out whenever we come out the house. My wife is a firm believer, and you can't kill what's in the front yard, but you can kill what runs out of it.
Well, we'll set up just off the edge of the yard. Y'all can run them to us.
There you go. Hey. Well, I don't think I can do that because that's Langdale land there. So.
Oh, yeah, well, we'll have to see if we can trade out some advertisement for Langdale and see if they'll let us hunt it.
There you go.
Yeah,
y'all have a good morning.
You do the same. Appreciate you calling.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Yeah, the only good turkeys are dead turkeys, as far as I'm concerned.
Man, they're pests. That's why I try to get rid of them.
Well, they are pests. They eat everything in sight, and they poop everywhere. You got to get rid of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ashley Coons posted on here. He did a little research on that hybrid mower you were talking about yesterday.
Yeah.
Said it has a 7,700-watt gas generator that powers motors that turn the wheels and blades. Under the front seat, there's a switch to flip and turns outlets on to power electric tools. Pretty neat.
Powers electric tools, so it don't actually you can actually mow under electricity. Is that what he's saying?
I'm not real sure on that.
I know it was an odd looking thing. It looked like a miniature side by side, like a golf cart like deal, is what it looked like. If you could take the mower deck off of it, that's what it would look like. The little miniature 1-seater hybrid looking deal, but it was weird, and it was fairly expensive too, and that's the problem with that alternative energy stuff. It's just so cost prohibitive to buy it, and I don't really understand why you would buy it just to run other tools off of it. But I guess that's an option.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, hybrid, they're pushing for stuff. They're pushing to get things out there that's battery operated. And it's coming to it. Your cars they've been out for years, and they're coming down in price. They're not up in reliability yet.
Yeah,
but they're coming down in price. But you also have your golf carts that's out now. Your hybrid golf carts. It's that's electric or gas powered.
Now, see, I could definitely use one of them, especially in the turkey woods. You'll go out there. When you go out there and you chase them, you can slip around on your battery, and then when you hang it up, say, well, let's head back to the house, you switch over to gas and burn it on back. Not to mention the fact if you get out way away and your battery goes dead, you can switch over to gas, which is probably more important.
Yeah,
but most of them have a range of about 50 or 60 miles on electric, and you out there chasing turkey, you can get up to 50 miles in a day.
Man,
easily.
I felt like I walked 50 miles Saturday out there. We walked, an entire probably 1,700 acres. We didn't cover every bit of the 1,700. We covered a lot of it. I'm telling you, what we could get to. We covered a lot of land, man, with no turkeys gobbling.
Well, you got to get after them. I know that we got several people going after them, you and Ryan included. But Dirk Harrell's taking his sons. He's got 2 twin boys, and they're going to be chasing the old elusive turkeys this morning. Hopefully they'll have good luck. And
I hope so.
I'm sure there's several listeners headed out to the woods. If you're headed that way and you feel like giving us a call, tell us what you're going to do and what your situation is, 229-253-0995. I want to give a shout-out to our listeners in Willacoochee, Georgia. I ran into a gentleman at the store from Willacoochee yesterday. Says he listens to our show every morning. So I can't remember your name, sir, but I'm bad with them. But this might be you calling. I don't know. Good morning. You're on the Good Outdoors. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing real good this morning. I just figured I'd let you fellas know I'm not going chasing no dead blame old turkey. I'm going to chase some of them slab specks this morning.
That's what I'm talking about.
Man.
We were sitting. It's odd that you said that. We were Fred Pendleton and I were sitting in that in the turkey woods, waiting on a turkey, and what we were doing, we were talking about specks over in Cherry Creek. So I'm ready to go with you. I'm ready to catch some slabs.
Well, a friend of mine, he's getting off work about 6 o'clock, and I'm supposed to stop in Jasper and pick us up a biscuit piece.
Ooh, yeah.
And meet him down there. I've been, I call y'all every now and then, but I just went through back surgery, and this will be my first trip being able to go. Me and my harness, I don't know.
Hallelujah! Hey, at least you're getting out there. At least you're getting out there. That's good. Be careful, but.
The doc told me I could pick up as much as a milk carton, so that's enough as a ultralight rod. So. And
that's a big old slab on the end of that ultralight rod too.
Yeah.
I told him I'd see him down there.
There you go. There you go.
You had me hooked when you said you was going to pick up a biscuit.
Well, that old nasty chicken biscuit. Now that is some fine groceries in the morning.
Oh, ain't it now?
You making me hungry. I'm gonna have to swing through the drive-through somewhere when we get out of here.
I am.
I might pick up 2 apiece.
That's right. Save one for later.
Y'all have a good one.
All right, good luck. Calling.
Take care.
All right,
no such thing as luck. Bye.
There you go.
Make your own luck. That is exactly right.
Yeah, I remember when he called in a lot. I guarantee you one thing. I believe that they'll put the fish in the boat. That man knows what he's doing.
Ain't
right
no
there.
doubt in my mind.
Yeah,
they're gonna put some in the boat, or either even if they don't, it's just great to be outdoors, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm gonna go do this morning. Get outside. I could go back home and go to sleep for a couple hours, but that sleep's overrated.
You sleep when you're dead.
It's turkey season, dude. Sleep is overrated.
Yeah. It is. It's overrated till you really need it.
I'll probably be thinking that about 9 o'clock tonight when my head's bobbing.
With the travel I got to do today, I guarantee when I get back home tonight, I'll be ready to bed up. I always am. It gets rough, that old drive, man. There ain't no worse place in the world than driving between Lakeland, Georgia and Waycross, Georgia. I don't know what it is, but golly, boy, it's rough, a battle. It's a battle.
Yeah,
between Waycross and Brunswick, it's not bad at all.
The Cogdale Express between Lakeland and Waycross, boy, that can be. So you got to be watching because there's a lot of animals on that road.
Yeah, I always see some wildlife,
but it can be, it can be pretty rough if you're out there. And
matter of fact, they got 1,300 and something acres for sale right there. Oh, it's almost to Waycross. It's in some sort of land trust, and I was reading the regulation. I got the brochure out of the box, and there's so many restrictions there that you can't do. I might talk about them when we come back to break, but I don't know who in the world will buy them. But we'll take a break and talk about that when we get back. You listen to The Good Outdoors on 99.5.
With over 40,000 machines in the field, the pro's choice is Dixie Chopper. Be a pro, buy a chopper. Built right here in America with one simple goal. Build a mower that cuts more grass and doesn't break when you use it. Be a pro, buy a chopper. With Chopper's price, performance, and reliability guarantee, make the smart choice. Be a pro, buy a chopper.
Austin's Cattle Company's menu is so big and delicious. In order to fit everything in, we had to write a song about it. So take it away, boys. 'Cause we got hand-cut steaks and taters, too big to taste better than your grandmother's pound cake. Hallelujah, then reach the sky, just load it up and pile it. How we got prime rib, seafood, salad, and baby back food so good it'll make your lips smack. Austin's Cattle Company's where you gotta go when your stomach gives you an attack. Come on in and sit on down, and you'll be chillin' like the king of town. Order up your favorite meal and turn that sat pound upside down. I guarantee you'll slap your knee when you eat it. Austin's Cattle Company. Just head on down Austin's.
Woo, that's good.
So there you have it, folks. Next time you get a craving for something tasty, stop on by Austin's at exit 16 off I-75. There's something on the menu for everyone, and they serve big portions so you'll never leave hungry. From seafood and prime rib to the freshest hand-cut steaks, chicken, and ribs you can find. Austin's Cattle Company is truly an addiction you never have to quit.
Tune in to 99.5 Kicks Country from 4 to 6 a.m. Monday through Friday to listen to the Good Outdoors crew. We talk about everything in the outdoors.
From hunting, fishing, camping to boating and horseback riding, with an emphasis on getting kids outdoors. Heck, we even talk about big feats and outhouse escapades. You never know.
Join us for a good laugh and how-tos and why not. You can even call in live.
That's the Good Outdoors, weekday mornings from 4 to 6 on 99.5 Kicks Country.
And like us on Facebook at The Good Outdoors with a Z and thegoodoutdoors.com.
Attention Outdoor Nation. Adel Outfitters, located at exit 39 on I-75 in Adel, Georgia, has over 18,000 square feet of outdoor unbelievability just waiting on you. Specializing in a wide range of outdoor supplies for everyone, including hunting, fishing, shooting, kayaking, camping, Little League, clothing, knives, boots, you name it, Adel Outfitters has it. They also have that personal one-on-one attention that you just might not be getting from some of the big boxes, and Adel Outfitters has a whole lot less overhead, so you'll be surprised at the deals. So come see us now at Adel Outfitters, exit 39, Adel, Georgia. Woo-wee! Sweet Tea's Smokehouse on South Hutchinson Avenue, Adel, is the bomb. You ain't had good old South Georgia barbecue if you ain't been to Sweet Tea's Smokehouse. Ribs, chicken, pork, beef, good grief, this is some fine eating. And it ain't called Sweet Tea's for nothing. Ice cold sweet tea and good old barbecue plate with all the trimmings is what living in the South is all about. Head up Highway 41 north towards Adel. Swing into Sweet Tea's Smokehouse for lunch or dinner. Great southern barbecue like it's supposed to be. And don't forget some of that fine Brunswick stew. Woo-wee!
You're listening to The Good Outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun.
Yeah, good morning. Welcome back to The Good Outdoors here. Man, I got to do the weather, but I got to get it pulled up first. Just the absent weather report is what we're going to do this morning. I did look a little bit last night. It's supposed to be pretty nice coming up, I think, today, and then falling off a little bit. So we're going to get to that right quick. We got 52 degrees outside right now. They're saying 52 degrees. Today's supposed to be a high of 83, and tonight's supposed to be a low of 53. And I just clicked on the wrong things. Y'all bear with me just a minute. We do have some chance of PM showers this afternoon, I think. No, that's tomorrow. Excuse me. Let's see. Today, high of 83. Tonight, a low of 53. Tomorrow, high of 82 with a 70% chance of rain tomorrow. And winds at 7 today, 7 miles an hour, 6 tomorrow. Thursday, Wednesday night, 59. Thursday, high of 71 with an 80% chance of thunderstorms. And winds out to east-southeast at 10 miles an hour. And it's 64 for a low Thursday night. Friday, a high of 71 with a 30% chance of rain, 11 mile per hour winds. Saturday and Sunday, looking gorgeous. 80 degrees for highs, 84 on Sunday with lows in the mid to upper 50s. So, going to be a good weekend.
Going to be a good weekend.
Got some rain coming in. That's kind of disturbing. I hadn't really seen a lot on that, but 70% tomorrow and 80% Thursday. I believe we're going to get some rain out of that.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday. It's definitely going to rain. It rained a little bit yesterday.
Did it?
Yeah, at my house it did. Just when I say a little bit, it was just a little sprinkle for like 2 minutes. Wasn't even enough to even get excited about.
Well, I'm pulling up the weather. I'm going to look back over here and see where maybe it's coming from. And
coming from the sky. Come on, man.
Oh, really? I thought it fell reverse. Good grief.
I was talking about that land for sale over there and the restrictions on it, and it's got something to do with wetlands conservation, but you can't, if you buy it, you can't build any deer stands on it permanent. You can put up, temporary ones. You can't build any food plots. You can't even mow without a permit. So I was, trying to question why in the world would you even buy it. So I called the realty company, and she was trying to explain to me that you could do it as some sort of land credit swap, where if you had some wetlands somewhere and you wanted to build on it, as long as you bought an equal portion out of some land bank, you could build on it. And it was totally confusing, but it was in a place where I always see deer and I've seen hogs over there. Mm-hmm. I'm sure there's probably turkeys there, and I thought, man, it'd be nice to own that. Then when I got the brochure out of the box and read that, I'm thinking, well, I don't think I'd want to own that myself.
I'm going to tell you, I have a problem with, I understand the wetlands conservation, but I have a problem with you being able to, when you buy land, them being able to tell you what you can and can't do on it. I totally understand the wetlands conservation because we are losing too many wetlands, but I also have a problem here. I don't quite understand why when we buy land here, like in the county, I'm not picking on Lowndes County, but it's everywhere across the United States, that they tell you what kind of house you can build on it.
Mhm.
They tell you if you can have what kind of shed on it or anything. And they tax it on that. And I kind of seem to have a little problem telling me what I can and can't build on my own property. You know,
Yeah.
I don't quite understand. I wish maybe I'm uneducated on that. Maybe I need to be a little more educated.
There's two sides of that, and you know, having been in the building, been involved with the building segment over in Brunswick. You know, if you got a subdivision in there, and most of the houses are, let's say, $250,000 houses, those restrictions and covenants are in there to keep someone from moving a mobile home in there next to you.
Well, I understand
decreasing your land value,
Yeah.
and at the same time building a subpar structure. You don't want a $100,000 home in a neighborhood that's got $250,000 homes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's some of those covenants and restrictions are why those are. But,
And I do understand those.
Yeah.
I mean, I do. I absolutely understand those. But there's places in the county, say you move out into the county and you build a house, put your mobile home on it, whatever the case may be, you can't have you a hog pen out there. In some,
well, let me correct you on that.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that I know for a fact. There's nowhere in any city, state, anywhere in this United States that you can be prohibited to raise livestock. And that is a fact. It falls under the Federal Right to Farm Act or whatever you want to call it. But if the county, well, let's just say this. If I wanted to go right down here off of Ashley Street and put up a hog farm, I can put up the hog farm if I own the property. Now, where you'll get in trouble is if you go in there and try to buy something and let's just say it's zoned in a certain way, you can't go in there and do it. But if you own the property, okay, and you're grandfathered in on your zoning, that's the only way you can get messed up. But if you want to put up livestock, chickens, hogs, cows, you can do it. And you cannot be restricted from your right to raise that livestock. That's a fact. So that is but then again, you get into some of the zoning issues with it. But you can raise your hogs wherever you want to raise them.
But you have to own the land first, is what you're saying.
Yeah. In other words, if you buy, let's just say a 5-acre spot in the county, there's nobody can tell you can't, in any situation, no matter where you're at, tell you can't raise hogs out there because it's zoned residential. Now, if it's zoned commercial and it's in the city limits, I honestly think you probably still could do it, to be quite honest with you, because that is a very powerful law that has been tested many times and has been shot down by the Supreme Court unanimously throughout history, most recently in Michigan. Neil was telling me about it. That's how I'm a little bit up on it. But anyway, he was on the city council up there, and one of the guys was raising chickens in the city, and some of the council members wanted to keep him from doing that, so they all unanimously voted to ban him from raising his chicken, and he took them to the high court, and he won. And he said, so then he really poured it on, and he said, you just thought I had some chickens. Now I'm really going to get some. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm not up on all the laws or anything, as far as what you're zoning, but I know they can tell you what you can and can't build. And I understand the covenants. I understand, you don't want to bring everybody else's house value down by throwing some shack up. That's all good and fine and dandy, but there just seems to be too much control, I guess, is what I was getting to with government. Government is
there ain't no doubt about that. Yeah, there ain't
local, county, state, city governments, all of them.
Oh, there ain't no doubt about it. The over in Brunswick, if you bought a marsh lot, you had an easement. Marsh grass is federally protected. It's an endangered plant, and if you get caught, the restriction was you had to be at least, I want to say, 15 feet from the last blade of grass. And marsh grass,
really?
Yeah, you know how the reeds grow at moms? They'll come out in the yard. Well, marsh grass will do the same thing. So if you go out there and you clear your lot and you have started building your house, let's say you got the foundation poured and your walls up and your roof on, and they come out and there's one blade of marsh grass that has sprouted up, anywhere inside the encroachment zone there, they will literally make you tear that house down and start over. And that has happened. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen 4 or 5 times over there. Sure has. Now, what most people do is they'll go out there, and if they want to put the house in a certain place, and then they build it, and they realize there's a blade of marsh grass, they'll go pull the blade up and throw it away, and nobody sees it. But if you get caught doing that, you go to jail. It's a felony. So, but
I better walk around with some Roundup or something over there, hadn't you?
Well, yeah, and Ducks Unlimited does a lot with this wetlands conservation, and they the ones that push to get the Wetlands Conservation Act passed and all, and there's a good need for that kind of thing, but some of the restrictions, like you were talking about, are outlandish.
Yeah, some of them are. But,
which, and that has a lot to do with the good outdoors, so that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, so why would you want to buy 1,300 acres when you can't mow the road, you can't build a permanent deer stand, you can't cut down any kind of tree over there? I mean, really?
No, I ain't buying it.
You would have to stay on your roads constantly, driving your roads to keep them beat down to where trees are not growing in them and stuff, Yeah. You see trees pop up all the time, all the place, all over roads and stuff that, from seeds you got to keep them cut down.
Yeah, you can get a permit to mow. I saw that in there, or get permission to mow or whatever. But what confused me is I told her, I said, well, what's it going to go for? $200 an acre? And she goes, oh, no, it'll go for thousands an acre, because whatever that land bank swap deal is, that's what they do. Somebody in Arkansas that wants to build on 20 acres of wetlands out there, they can purchase 20 acres of wetlands from here and trade it out. And so it actually is very valuable land. So, I don't know exactly how that works. That
takes money to make money.
That's way out of my league there, but that's the gist of that. Biggest broke city in the United States is Stockton, California. The bankruptcy judge let them go broke. He
how much in debt were they? 200 and something. I mean, I think the state of California is 200 and something billion in debt, from what I heard, or something like that. I forgot what it was. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, I think this is going to start a landfall. Detroit, they're about to go broke, so they'll be the next ones.
Yeah, Detroit's bad. There's a lot of when the auto industry lost all that they lost up there. There's nice, really, really nice neighborhoods that are sitting empty up there right now. It's a shame. It's a pure shame.
Stockton, California, they were $26 million short of meeting their obligations when they filed for bankruptcy. And it was a result of the housing bust and soaring pension obligations. And, you can thank all these big-time unions for driving that up. But 300,000 people live there, so it's about 3 times the size of Lowndes County. And anyway, they
it's an interesting town. There's really not much there except for the farming community.
Yep.
Well, if you want to get in the outdoors and you want to do something really, really wild in the outdoors, go to Argentina and go to the Luján Zoo, and you can get cheek to whisker with all kinds of animals.
I ain't getting cheek to whisker with nothing.
Let me tell you, you can go just lay down in the middle of these pet lions and pet them, and this is crazy.
Well, why would you do that?
They say they're naturally tame wild animals. Okay, this doesn't make any sense.
That's called an oxymoron right there.
Yeah, so, I mean, really? But, hey, go try it out. If you're a wild extremist, go do it. Let us know how it works out for you on the Good Outdoors here. We'll be right back in about 3 minutes.
So, Dawson, is Dad still ill about you calling him out on his shooting ability?
I don't think so, but I have seen him on the range a lot more lately.
Dad always says practice makes perfect.
That's what he says, but I don't think it works for adults.
Why do you say that?
Well, from the look of his scorecard, it's making it worse.
Dawson, bring me some more shotgun shells.
Okay, Dad.
If you need some practice, come by Southwind Clays and Quail on the Quitman Highway just past the river headed towards Quitman. With a top-notch clubhouse, a 5-stand, sporting clays range, as well as a rifle and pistol range, Southwind has what you need to succeed. World-class quail hunting is also available with some of the finest bird dogs around.
Dad sure shoots a lot.
Yeah, if he keeps this up, Mom's gonna be mad.
Why is that?
Because he's spending all Mom's shopping money on shotgun shells.
Hi, I'm Barry Broom with Allstate Insurance Company. I'm a big fan of the great outdoors. There are many recreational activities that allow us to enjoy God's creation. There's boating, camping, hunting, hiking, fishing. Think about all the gear, equipment, and vehicles that we have that make those times outdoors so memorable. When it comes to protecting and insuring your firearm, your boat, RV, camper, four-wheeler, even your golf cart, think of me, Barry Broom, your Allstate agent. Call me at 229-244-9856 or visit me online at barrybroom.com. Go make a memory. Enjoy your great outdoors.
Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has been serving South Georgia and North Florida for over 3 decades. With 9 locations in the South, Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a full-line distributor for all welding and industrial supplies. The Jones mission is to provide quality products at a competitive price in order to supply the best service available. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply has built a reputation for good, honest, old-fashioned service. For a location near you, visit www.joneswelding.com. Jones Welding and Industrial Supply is a proud supporter of the good outdoors. Val Optics on Patterson Street in Valdosta, Georgia has been providing 1-hour service for 25 years. From eyeglass repair to eye exams conducted by one of 2 on-site optometrists, Val Optics is there for all of your eyesight concerns. There is no need for an appointment and most insurances are accepted. Val Optics also accepts outside prescriptions. So if you need eyeglass repair or an eye exam, stop by Val Optics at 601 North Patterson Street, Valdosta, Georgia. 25 years in business says it all.
So you need a car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Midway Auto Emporium at 4189 Bemis Road, Valdosta, Georgia. Cameron and Melissa Tucker has been serving the Valdosta area for over 7 years now. They are a family-owned and operated local business with hometown values and still believe in handshake deals. With a great selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, with a Carfax report on every one of them, along with bank financing at all credit levels and interest rates as low as 1.85% with approved credit. 4189 Bemis Road, or visit their website at midwayautoemporium.com.
It's the Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country. Now, let's get back to the fun, talking about everything to do with the outdoors with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie.
Hey, welcome back to our wrap-up segment here on the Good Outdoors, brought to you by Southwind Sporting Clays and Quail out Highway 84, headed towards Quitman. Man, go out there and see John Peek and them for all your outdoor activity needs. You carry kids out there for a birthday, man. I can't say that enough. You can have a birthday with either on the Sporting Clays course or either have a birthday with 22 rifles with, under careful management of John and the crew out there and teaching safety and everything. Just a great place to be. Go out there and see them. I am stuck on this zoo in Argentina. I mean, I'm looking at all these pictures. They have African lions and people there's this lady laying in the middle of 2 African lions right here smiling. There's a man being licked by this ginormous brown bear. Right there, just, a 3-foot knee wall. Another one with a big park bench, a square park bench with 4 sides you can sit on. Looks like a cover over the top of it probably. People sitting there, all kind of people in the background. This one lady kneeled down petting a Bengal tiger that's laid over on its back, scratching its belly. Another guy feeding some drink or something to this big old, lion, looks like from the Lion King, except he's not animated.
Mufasa.
And a lady looks like the same lion leaning down there hugging this lion. A man feeding the elephant, another lady feeding another Bengal tiger. And the bottom picture is the one that is the most disturbing. They got like this, 12-month-old kid sitting there with these 3 little tiger cubs.
Ugh.
That ought to be child endangerment, like you said. Hey, we got a call coming in. Let's take it. Good morning, caller. You're on the Good Outdoors.
Hey, Steve, guys, what's going on this morning?
Man, you getting ready to take your boys turkey hunting this morning, ain't you?
Brother, I tell you what, it's beginning as every morning should with a bowl of Apple Jacks. That's how it's working out.
Hey, Dirk Harrell, the voice of the Valdosta High Wildcats, and big turkey hunter, loves to spend time in the Good Outdoors with his kids. Now, your kids' name are Justin and Jackson.
Jackson and Justin. They're identical twin 12-year-old boys, and
awesome.
Boy, they love it. They are eat up with it.
I hope they look like their mama.
They do. Steve, we've been really blessed in that area, and they look like their mama, so there's hope for them.
I hear you. Now, what part of the great state of Georgia y'all going to be chasing the turkeys in? Lowndes, Brooks, Berrien, where?
It will be, I'm trying to think, off of Exit 2. Down there, right on the Florida line.
Okay,
Belleville area.
Belleville exit right there, right in the greater Belleville metropolis area.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad y'all left early so you to avoid that traffic down there.
Yeah, it's rough. I tell you what, if you get caught in that Belleville traffic, it's over.
Now, when you sitting with your boys, you're gonna be sitting. Are both of them gonna be with you at the same time? Or
yes,
okay.
Yes, they'll both be gunning, and I'll be planted in between them.
There you go. So, have they killed one yet?
Not nothing worth bragging about.
Okay. Hey, any kill's a good kill, brother. Any kill's a good kill. Unless it's a hen, then we'll talk about that. Well, good deal. I hope that y'all can get down there and call one in. I hope a double comes in and both of them are successful.
I tell you what, if a double comes in, you'll hear me squalling from all the way from here. Since we've never done that. So.
Awesome. Good luck, man. I hope you sealed the deal this morning.
I appreciate it, and hopefully there'll be some pictures and video to follow.
Yes, sir. Post them on our Good Outdoors Facebook page, and we'll let the world know Jackson and Justin's success.
Outstanding.
All right, buddy. Appreciate you calling.
Yeah, man. Y'all have a good one.
All right, you do the same.
See.
Yeah, I tell you, I hope we get a good report there, man. It's always good to hear the children getting out there and having some success. I know Dirk, he's already got them addicted to the Good Outdoors, so it'll just put icing on the old cake if they can be successful.
And Paul McSwain posted on Facebook this morning, he is taking a young man on his very first turkey hunt.
That's awesome, Paul.
Way to go, Paul.
Don't forget to roost me and Daryl a turkey,
Yeah.
So we can come out there and film it.
Help me out somehow.
And I need to get the old bow after him. So we'll be counting on you there, Paul. Mm-hmm. So anybody's got any extra overrun turkeys, we'll be glad to help y'all extinguish them.
Yeah, I've tried to help, but I haven't done any good. I haven't even been wanting to shoot, man, and still I can't even get a turkey to gobble for anybody else. So.
Well, I spent all year last year filming for everybody else shooting one. I have started off this year with everybody else shooting. I'm ready to shoot now.
Yeah, maybe
my trigger finger's itching.
Maybe you'll get the chance, man. I hope we can get you set up on a bird somehow and get you out there. Eric Blades, man. He sent us a message here. You know, you were kind of calling him out a few minutes ago. He said sleep is very overrated.
Yeah.
And he says, I'll think about y'all again when I wake up and have a good great outdoors.
Sweet dreams, Blades. You Auburn fan, you. I know Dirk's listening to this, and him and Eric go back and forth, and of course Dirk's got plenty to squawk about being a Alabama Roll Tide fan, and Blades kind of like me a little bit. Me being a Georgia fan, we ain't got a whole lot to say to Dirk when we talk about football. Kind of stinks, but I'm liking our chances this year. Now we only losing one starter, I think is what it is, so we got a good chance. But you know, if the old Alabama Crimson Tide could have a few more players, 5 stars and stuff, get in trouble with the law, and we can reverse our trend with having players getting in trouble with the law, we may have a chance. So who knows?
Yeah, and Georgia, I don't know. They just kind of they go in and out a lot. I don't know.
I don't know about going in and out. We ain't went in since 1980, so
I mean, in and out of trouble a lot. Yeah. They just I don't know.
Everybody, all us Georgia, we were 5 yards away from beating Alabama. Well, yeah, but we didn't beat them, so who cares?
We could have been 7 inches away. It wouldn't have mattered, was it?
99 yards or 1 yard. If you don't get in there, it's over. But hey, I'm already looking forward to it. And old Dirk, he does a great job. I'm gonna have to toot his horn, calling for the Cats. Him and Monty Long and Crane working the sidelines. I tell you, I'm a Lowndes fan, but I sure don't mind listening to some good Valdosta football on the radio where I can hear them knuckleheads calling it. They do a great job.
I enjoyed listening to him last year. Sure did.
Yeah, he's also coaching, I think, the Valdosta Middle School team. One of the grades there doing a good job. I think he walked the dog last year, so they're in good hands. No doubt about it.
Yes, sir. A T3 tip of the day. We need to do that. And I'm going to cover that today is wear your snake boots when you are out in the woods, turkey hunting or doing anything else, because the rattlesnakes are out. All you got to do is look on Facebook. You can see them everywhere now.
Yes, sir, and they carry a fine selection of Rocky snake boots at T3, so make sure you go by and visit there on Perimeter Road and pick you up some and play it safe.
Yes, so you have to. I'm going to be watching. I'm not wearing mine this morning, unfortunately. I did not bring them.
You didn't listen to the T3 tip of the day prior to coming into the station.
I come out of the house this morning without them for some reason. I don't know why. I guess because I was a little sleepy or something at the time. I don't know.
Well, rest assured that it's very rare that somebody actually dies from a snake bite now, but it does cause some gruesome injury there.
What I'm going to do is have Ryan walk in front of me.
That's just as good as a pair of snake boots.
And if he screams owl, I'll probably know that I don't need to go any further till he kills the rattlesnake. Then I can go rescue him.
Oh man, I tell you that'd be a bad day, honestly, getting bit by a snake. That's just mess up your whole spring break.
Yeah, sir. spring break. Speaking of spring break, man, they are out in force. I stopped yesterday. Where was it? I stopped to get gas or something yesterday, and there was, all teens all. I know it was yesterday morning before I went to work. There was teens or college students all over the place, stopping, getting gas, getting something to eat or drink, and getting back on the road, knowing they were going to spring break. You could just tell by the way they were dressed. They were going to the beach.
Oh yeah.
So y'all be careful on the roads. If you have to travel interstate any, watch out. Be careful because they're out there, and we want everybody to return home safe.
No doubt about us. I'll tell you something interesting. I've been doing this. You get bored trying to stay awake, stuff driving in there early in the morning, and coming from exit 29 and Hayhire up to exit 16 here, I count the semi trucks that I always meet that are headed north. And usually it's pretty consistent. Usually I count, about 30 to 35, which seems like a high number. But this morning I counted 64 semi trucks in just that span. And that is amazing how many trucks are on the road.
Yep. On that time in the morning, I'm traveling. Me and Daryl come in around 3:30. So I'm on interstate at 3:15. Probably 90 to 95% of what I see
are trucks.
Yeah. In that time of morning.
That's the prime time because they're out on the road when no one else is out on the road.
Avoiding the traffic.
Trying to avoid it. Yep.
So anyway, I know we got a lot of truckers and that listen to us. So y'all be careful out there. Y'all do a great job. And, you hear of truck accidents, but it's about like plane crashes. You just don't hear that many of them relative to how many's on the road. So y'all do a fantastic job out there. We appreciate y'all looking out for us.
They keep America moving.
Keep America moving. That's exactly right. And all our law enforcement listeners out there, sir. We have a lot of Valdosta City policemen, Lowndes County Sheriff, Georgia State Patrol. I'm sure some Florida Highway Patrol as this signal beams down all the way down to Perry, Florida. So we appreciate all y'all listening. All of our listeners in Waycross, Douglas, Blackshear, Tifton, Moultrie, Thomasville. We China,
Jennings, China. Yeah,
we
Jasper,
worldwide.
Jennings.
We had a caller call in. If y'all didn't catch it last week, called in from China. Works for I believe Adel Pipe. Is that what you're talking?
A pipe plant up in Adel.
Pipe plant in Adel. He was over there doing some work and listening. So, well, there's that sound calling us to the Good Outdoors. There,
Good Outdoors is calling my name.
Good luck to Dirk and his boys,
That's
Justin
right.
and Jackson. Y'all knock them dead. Let us know that y'all did it, and we'll be hoping y'all got a good report for us. And Blades, I hope you get some sleep, buddy.
Dirk, if you kill one, y'all call or come in the morning and tell us about it. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
See you.
Toodles.
You've been listening to The Good Outdoors on 99.5 Kicks Country with Steve, Daryl, and Ronnie. Join us every weekday at 4:30 when we'll do it again.